Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Google's Mobile UX Marathon live stream. This is our first in a series of weekly webinars on how to improve the user experience and conversion rates on mobile web. Before we deep dive into the agenda and content, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Mathieu, and I'm leading our Asia-Pacific strategy to help Google's largest advertisers create best-in-class mobile experiences. Later in the live stream, you will get to know Bhavna. She's my dear colleague, and she is currently leading our efforts to help our largest clients in APAC create better mobile web experiences. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to our agenda for today. As this is our first live stream, we will introduce you to the Mobile UX Marathon first and recap the Why UX Beyond the Clip video you hopefully viewed before this session. If not, no sweat, and I will give a quick recap to you in a few minutes. During this live stream, we will focus on the importance of mobile in APAC, how to prioritize mobile UX to fuel business growth, and answer your top questions. Here's some more information on the MUX Marathon program and a few helpful guidelines. The marathon is going to take 6 weeks in total. It's a long distance run after all. We will highlight a different topic key to mobile user experiences every single week. Every Tuesday, there will be 4 live streams, so please join the one in your region. Some content will be specific to the region of your interest as well. The marathon is open to everyone: marketeers, UX practitioners, design and product teams, and developers. We basically invite everyone looking to perform better on mobile web to run this marathon together with us. Please register at our website, events.withgoogle.com/mobile-UX-marathon to receive all updates and relevant information. So here's what our schedule looks like. First, today we will focus on UX beyond the click and why that matters. That was covered in our video before this live stream. And during this live stream today, we will focus on the main barriers to mobile, some case studies, and there will be a Q&A together with my colleague Bhavna. To make this live stream as relevant as possible to you, we encourage you to watch the pre-recorded videos and review any relevant resources that will be shared with you. You can ask questions on the UX Marathon website or prepare them for the live stream. And as this is our first session, we will mainly focus on questions which have already been raised on the site previously. Every live stream will take between 30 and 60 minutes. We will share feedback forms after every live stream, so please do give us feedback. And we would love the marathon to be as interactive as possible. So also feel free to share questions and connect with the rest of the community on social media. And for that, you can use the hashtag #MUXMarathon. There are a few guidelines I would like to share with you. So please use the hashtag #MUXMarathon, as I just said, on social media. In the live stream, we will answer the most popular questions submitted through the form. Some of the questions we may leave for other upcoming webinars if we believe that is going to be more relevant for that particular session. So let's start quickly by recapping the Why UX Beyond the Clip video you hopefully viewed before this session. The video highlighted 3 key takeaways. So first, the web is the only platform that reaches all of your users. Second, ads are only as effective as the mobile site they direct traffic to. So in order to create optimal return on investments, it is critically important to focus on the so-called post-click experience to optimize conversion rates. Third, design and UX-focused companies demonstrate strong revenue growth. Jamal and Prashant highlighted how some of the world's leading brands like TUI and Mango experience dramatically increased conversion rates as a result of prioritizing user experience. So the video by Jamal and Prashant was relevant to a global audience. During this live stream, we'll focus on APAC and highlight the importance of mobile in Asia Pacific, how to prioritize mobile UX to fuel business growth, and answer your top questions. So let's get started with the importance of mobile in APAC. In a way, smartphones really gave us humans superpower and provided all of us with the opportunity to be much more effective and efficient and productive. Today, more and more of our lives are powered by mobile and digital. From getting a taxi in 1 minute, to paying for a coffee with a 1-second tap, and finding out about a band that's playing this great tune. We love our devices, but what we really love is the power our devices gave to us. The power to get exactly what we want, instantly and effortlessly. To have our needs not just met, but to have those needs be anticipated. Skyrocketing smartphone adoption rates have made Asia Pacific one of the largest mobile markets in the world. Here, consumers are turning to their mobile devices for many daily needs and purchases. And that's great news for marketeers. We set out to learn more about the habits and behaviors of Asia's mobile-first consumers, so brands can better meet them in their moments of need. So, as you can see from this slide, smartphones are being used by over 90% of the population in Asia Pacific. As expected, desktop is used far less across the region, with the exception of Singapore, which is a more developed market in economic terms. Looking into smartphone usage specifically, there are a few interesting takeaways for businesses in APAC. Apps are often positioned as the key platform to convert users. But even though apps is the main platform on which people in APAC prefer to transact, 25 to 35% of consumers prefer to purchase on the web, while 2 to 8% of consumers prefer to window shop on web. That is still a very significant segment of shoppers, which should not be ignored. Furthermore, Forbes, the renowned magazine, uncovered that visitors of optimized mobile sites are 5x more likely to convert and 3x more likely to download the brand's app. So brands that make a great first impression on mobile web to consumers with optimized sites get more sales and more loyal users that will install your application. Lastly, unsurprisingly, there are quite a few consequences for APAC brands which fall short. So brands that do not prioritize great mobile experiences risk poor conversions. To outline that with a few specific metrics, 53% of people globally abandon a website if it loads slower than 3 seconds. Secondly, we see a 20% drop in conversions for every second of delay in mobile page load time. And third, but not least, and a whopping 73% of consumers in APAC are far more likely to purchase from mobile sites that make it easy to purchase or find answers. Okay, sorry, just 1 second. We have some issues here with the slides that are being presented. 1 second, please. Sorry, just 1 second. We will figure this out within 30 seconds. We just have an issue here with our slide deck, but we will be back with you shortly. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, great. We're back on track. So sorry for the inconvenience. We hope that you guys are still here. As we know, all consumers in APAC are quite impatient, so we hope you are still with us. Now, let's focus on prioritizing mobile UX to fuel business growth. So now that we know the importance of mobile in APAC and the consequences for brands who fall short, we really wondered, what is holding companies back from prioritizing mobile UX? And what can you do to prioritize mobile UX and leverage it to fuel growth? So we really, as a fairly large company, we speak to dozens of clients every single day on mobile UX in particular. And from all of those conversations, here are the 7 areas that we have identified which can help to set up your organization for success. So first, look into the numbers. Prioritization all starts with understanding the opportunity. So we know that 53% of people globally abandon a website if it loads slower than 3 seconds. Sites also see a 20% drop in conversions for every second of delay in mobile page load time. So how does that translate into impact for your business? Well, for that purpose, we developed the Test My Site tool with exactly that in mind. So you can simply enter your domain, speed, number of visitors, your order value and conversion rate on thinkwithgoogle.com/feature/test my site to estimate the impact of speed on your business results. So using that data can help you to do 3 things. First, it can help you to enable C-level conversations. So quantifying the revenue opportunity, immediate interest, and shows that even small improvements can have a really large impact on your bottom line. Second, such a high-level statement is often enough to get business interested and ask, okay, what can I do to make it happen? And it is often incredibly impactful to show these numbers to your direct management to help make mobile optimization a company-wide priority. Another powerful way to leverage the data is to review your conversion funnel. So what recommendations should you actually be making for change? We have seen that businesses are sometimes not aware of what insights are available in their own data. In this example, mobile users abandon the checkout funnel far more from the billing and shipping and review steps. So backing prioritization areas and making decisions with data is the greatest tool available to challenge opinions, as we see illustrated in the cartoon here. So to learn more, join the live stream on May 28th, which will be all about Google Analytics for mobile UX, so we can deep dive into that topic together. Second, break the silos. Now that you have the attention from your boss and C-level management, it's time to break them. We've seen that teams within a company are rarely fully aligned, especially within larger businesses. Many departments have different priorities and interests. In example, product teams may think that the product can really sell itself without marketing or sales presence in the business. Marketing, on the other hand, may take an OKR on the number of leads, but might not be focusing on the entire user journey. And C-level management may not necessarily take an interest in UX optimization unless they attend a Think with Google event like this one, of course. However, we know that UX affects every part of the business. So to foster alignment in your organizations, we encourage you to try and understand the goals of key departments in your organization and how UX affects it. Designing and optimizing user experiences is not only a job of a UX designer. It is really an underlying business driver for all departments. It therefore should be a priority across the business. To learn more about this, we invite you to join our live stream on May 21st about the CRO maturity model, organizational excellence, and qualitative methods of UX. Next, if your users are experiencing pain, share that experience. You will be surprised how many senior managers in your organization haven't experienced your product or service from a user's perspective. So doing live user testing and making stakeholders watch that is one of the most impactful things you can do to prioritize MUX in your organization. Again, more on this particular topic will be shared in the live stream on May 21st. So let's talk a little bit more about priority number 4, A/B testing. Continuous A/B testing is really crucial to optimize your conversion rates, gain maximum ROI from your ad spend, and drive business growth. To give you an example, Booking.com obsessively focuses on A/B testing and really made this part of their company culture. They may even be the most sophisticated A/B testing company in the world, with over 1,000 experiments running at any time. Every experiment forks a page into 2 variations, and the second experiment forks those pages into 4 variations, and so on. So with 1,000 experiments running at any time, it creates as many as a novum nonagentillion, that's a 1 with 300 zeros, and I knew I would have issues pronouncing that, different versions of that site. So to put that into perspective, there are many more versions of the Booking.com website live right now than there are humans that have ever lived on the planet. So continuous A/B testing is a cornerstone for growth and helped Booking.com become one of the top travel sites on the globe. Now let's look into UX best practices. So across Asia Pacific, Google and Accenture work together to identify what the top UX best practices were on mobile. We assessed over 800 mobile sites in the region in 15 countries across 3 different industries: finance, retail, and travel. A team of over 45 specialists and engineers were involved in the research. What we found was that a superior mobile experience can be measured by measuring 5 components. First, findability, or how quickly and effectively users can find information on your site. Second, product pages, so how clear your presentation is of your product and your call to actions. Registration and conversion, so is the conversion process simple and safe to complete? Mobile design, are site pages designed for mobile users in mind? And speed, so are site load times disrupting the overall experience of the user? Without going into too much detail for now, the report found that speed was the biggest topic holding businesses back from delivering great mobile site experiences. So many businesses can jump from good to great by prioritizing speed. However, every site is different and there is significant room for improvement on all of the components. We summarized our findings on the Master of Mobile site. So you can visit masterfulmobile.withgoogle.com to learn more. Don't miss the live stream on May 14th, that's next week's Tuesday, where we will deep dive into UX best practices on mobile and the Masters of Mobile research. Don't miss it. So let's dive a little bit deeper into speed, as we just identified that this is the biggest topic holding businesses back from delivering great mobile site experiences. Again, just 1 second delay in mobile site load times can impact conversion rates by as much as 20%. To put it another way, there could be millions of dollars in revenue to be made or lost in the second it takes to load your mobile site. In fact, a consumer study from Ericsson Consumer Lab showed that the stress responses to delays in mobile site speed are greater than waiting in a checkout line at a grocery store. They even concluded that stress levels are similar to that of watching a horror movie or solving a mathematical problem. We certainly hope you don't experience any delays watching this live stream. So how long does it take for a site to load? Well, as we speak, it takes 9 seconds for a mobile site content to be visually made available in APAC. You might think that 9 seconds isn't that long. Well, that was quite awkward, wasn't it? I paused for exactly 9 seconds. Did any of you start to check your emails or look if there were any connection issues? The point is, 9 seconds is a virtual eternity in the mobile world. Modern consumers want things to be fast and instantaneous. The more you can cater towards that, the better. Unsurprisingly, mobile speed directly impacts how your consumers behave on your site. In our study, we found that a page load time increase from 1 to 3 seconds increases the probability of bounces by 32%. From 1 to 5 seconds, the probability to bounce increased by 90%. And from 1 to 10 seconds, the probability to bounce increased by an astonishing 123%. As if page load time of 9 seconds wouldn't be bad enough already for your business, mobile speed also influences how you appear on Google search. So we simply deeply care about the experience people get when using our prime property, Google search. And speed is a super important factor in it. As a result, we included mobile speed as a ranking factor in organic search. And it is also a factor in how your ads on google.com rank. Lastly, understanding your cross-platform strategy is key to prioritize mobile UX within your organization. Brands often tell us that they've developed an app that works great on mobile. Well, that's fantastic, but you shouldn't ignore your other mobile properties. Research shows that users often switch between a mobile site and an app during their purchase journey. In fact, 46% of mobile shopping sessions in America include at least one transaction between a mobile site and a mobile app. On average, a mobile shopping session contains at least 6 visits to an app or a mobile site. So we encourage you to not think about apps and mobile sites as two things that compete for user attention. Users more often than not want to use both. On top of that, we already learned that even though a majority of APAC users prefer transacting within an app, 25 to 35% of consumers prefer to purchase on the web. So bringing together your app and web developer teams can really help to ensure a consistent, optimized user experience across both platforms. To summarize the key takeaways of this live stream, we learned that brands which do not prioritize great mobile experiences risk poor conversions. Visitors on optimized mobile websites in APAC are 5x more likely to convert and 3x more likely to download the brand's app. A whopping 53% of consumers are leaving a site if it takes longer than 3 seconds to load. So what can you do to further prioritize mobile UX? Well, to help prioritize mobile UX, you can consider to first, look into the numbers. Google's Test My Site is a great tool to translate speed or lack of speed into business impact. Analytics can help you to understand key bottlenecks in your conversion funnel on both mobile and desktop. To learn more, join the live stream on May 28th, Google Analytics for mobile UX. Second, break the silos. UX should be a priority across your business. For more on that topic, you can join the live stream on May 21st about the CRO maturity model, organizational excellence, and qualitative methods of UX. Third, experience a user's pain. So doing live user testing and sharing that with your stakeholders can be one of the most impactful things to do to prioritize MUX. A/B testing. As we've seen, A/B testing is one of the key growth drivers for leading digital businesses like Booking.com. So join the live stream on June 4th, A/B testing and Google Optimize to learn more about that particular topic. Fifth, study UX best practices. Have a look at the newly launched masterfulmobile.thinkwithgoogle.com site to learn more about the impact of speed, optimal product pages, findability, registration and conversion flows, and mobile design on your business success. Next week, Tuesday, you can learn about this topic in the live stream on UX best practices. Sixth, underline the importance of speed. It takes 9 seconds for mobile content to be visually made available on average for sites in APAC. That's too long in a world where consumers want instant gratification. And finally, deeply understand your cross-platform strategy. So 46% of mobile shopping sessions include at least one transition between a mobile site and an app. Bringing together your app and web developer teams can cement cross-platform thinking into your organization. So here are some useful resources which we offer you to help you create the best mobile user experiences and prioritize mobile UX with your stakeholders. I will pause now for a few seconds so you have the time to write these down or take a photo if you like. You can watch back the live stream at a later stage as well. So now that we've covered most of our content for today, let's take some questions from you, the audience. So maybe we can first look at our top submitted questions. So one of the questions that often came up is, what should I prioritize? Design components or site load speed? Well, we covered that in some detail in our earlier slides. What we found was that speed was the biggest topic holding businesses back from delivering great mobile site experiences. So, many businesses can jump from good to great by focusing on speed. However, every site is different, and there's a significant room for improvement in design components as well. So I would refrain from approaching UX from a speed-only perspective. It ultimately all starts with talking to your users and looking into your analytics suite to understand what bottlenecks there are in your conversion funnel. Attending the live stream next week, focusing on UX best practices on mobile, can be a great way to learn more about this, because we will deep dive into that particular topic on Tuesday. A second question that often came up was, well, we have fairly limited resources. So should my site be optimized for mobile or for desktop? Well, that's a really, really good question. I would say a lot of it depends on your user and their specific behavior. So what is your site specifically designed for? There might not be many mobile use cases for a site offering complex accounting software behind the login, for example. But most retailers in APAC will probably see that the majority of their users are visiting their site from a mobile device. So in those cases, it really makes sense to design with a mobile-first lens. Start with your user, and it will guide you in striking the right balance between mobile on one hand and desktop on the other hand. A third question that came up is, what is the impact of good UX and great speed on SEO? Well, we can't go into too many details for obvious reasons, but mobile speed and UX influences how you appear on Google search. We care deeply, as I said, about the experience that consumers have on Google.com. And speed and UX are two really important factors in it. So as a result, we've included mobile speed as a ranking factor in organic search, and so is landing page quality. So that's also included in it. I hope that answers that question. So the final question that came up before the live stream is, do you have any insights into web and app UX differences? What should I keep in mind? Well, that is a question we get really often. So thanks for asking it. Well, 46% of mobile shopping sessions include at least one transition between a mobile site and an app. So it's really important to look at both. Generally, I would say that we see that apps convert better and provide a great way to engage your most loyal user. But mobile web is key for discoverability of your brand. So I would recommend to take it into account when looking at mobile sites versus app UX. Another key difference is onboarding. So the first touch point between a user and the mobile app will most likely be the onboarding process. So pretty much, outlining how a user can best use your app. While a website is typically not designed for lengthy onboarding experiences. So finally, I believe that there are some questions that have been raised over the last 32 minutes during the live stream. So I would like to give the floor to Bhavna, who will take your questions and answer them here on the live stream.
Thank you, Matthew.
Yep.
Can you all hear me? Great. So we have a couple of questions from the live chat. So one of them is actually from Gaurav. What is a benchmark for user engagement on mobile? So for this one, the reason I wanted to call this out is because the session that we have next week on May 14th is going to focus exactly on the best practices for user experience on mobile. So don't miss that session. You'll get lots of insights over there. The second question actually we have from Anurag. Why would users prefer mobile web over an app? Okay, so actually users would not prefer mobile web over an app, but it's for the businesses to understand what is the best thing to design for the user. So for typically, if you just look at the marketing funnel, it is built up of four key stages. The first one is the awareness, the consideration, the conversion, and the loyalty. That's the four typical stages of the marketing funnel. Traditionally speaking, mobile web is more for discovery and apps are more for engagement and loyalty, while engagement can also be achieved on the web. So for the awareness, consideration, and conversion parts of the marketing funnel, web is very, very relevant. And once you actually have a user who is interested in coming to your platform again and again and engaging over a long period of time, that is when you might want to consider the app. So it all depends on the business goals, and how the users basically behave. The last question actually I would like to take is from Mats. And what Mats has asked is, based on experience, what is the cause of a slow site speed? So a couple of reasons why sites are typically slow. One of the biggest reasons is when your image and your video formats are not compressed. That can really add to the page load size. Another thing is render blocking JavaScripts and also big CSS files. And we will be covering a lot more of these technical details in our upcoming sessions as well. So just keep a lookout for that as well. Yeah, so that's it, I think, for the questions.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Bhavna.
Bye-bye.
Great. So thank you very much. I hope you can. So that really brings us to the end of today's session. So thanks a lot for your time today. We'd love for you to share your feedback and connect with each other. Sorry again for the short outages midway through the presentation. We will learn from that, and hopefully next time you will have a very smooth presentation. To do so, to share feedback or to connect with the rest of the community, you should feel free to use the MUX Marathon hashtag on social media, or visit our dedicated site, events.withgoogle.com/mobile-UX-marathon. If you know anyone else who could benefit from these live streams, feel free to connect them directly. Feel free to connect or direct them to the same page. They can still register. Thanks again, and we are looking forward to connecting with you again next week.